Oh, what's going on? I'm gonna clean this lens off here. It's a little doity. I think that might help. Let's see here. Yeah. Whoop. All up in my grill. What's everybody doing on this Monday night? Ooh, it's warm in here. We're gonna turn on the fan. It's supposed to get down to, oh, I don't know, 60 or 52 degrees or something like that tonight, from what I understand. We'll give me a drink out of here. Hang on. How's everybody doing? Where's everybody at tonight? What's going on, Scott? Oh, we're hanging out in the old truck tonight. Much rather be at home. How many of y'all are on the road? Or at home? Or not at home? Oh. What's up, Steve from Pennsylvania? Pennsylvania's beautiful. I love it up there, especially in fall when the trees are all turning. Man, beautiful country. How are you doing tonight, Steve? We're gonna have some Waterloo all day rosé. See if you can see this. On a JQL to Fairburn. Lucky you. How's it going, Ray? Oh, in Georgia at home. Nice. Warm down there. JQL, where'd that come from? Is it Virginia or... I don't know that I like this vertical. Can y'all hear me all right? I'm assuming you can because you're responding, but it's just weird. I'm so used to the sideways, whatever it is, view. What's up, Robbie? Trucker's Table. Ah, Laverne to Fairburn. That's a good load. I've done a lot of those. I've done one load from Fairburn to Laverne for them, but first time here. What do I haul? Whatever pays. I just got done hauling a load of what are the Polaris Ranger side by sides, like a Gator Mule or whatever. Like they're really nice 2-seater, like a little mini pickup truck kind of deal. Do it a little long. Let's see here. I'm going to pick up some kind of chemicals tomorrow morning and take that down south. But I was asking those guys about the Polaris, the Razors, and I was shocked at the price tag on them. Just a side-by-side. I know y'all know what I'm talking about. The little pickup truck Razor Gators. $40,000 retail. Like, no. No. That's crazy expensive. Especially for like just a little pickup truck. And one of the salesmen that I talked to said that most of the guys or people that buy them just use them to drive around back roads. Like they don't do anything crazy. They're not farmers. They're just like a glorified golf cart. And I couldn't do it. Like that's, and you know how much you could buy for $40,000? You could buy Robbie's truck for $40,000. His truck's for sale, y'all. If y'all are interested in a nice, beautiful classic with an 84-inch bunk. Big old Detroit. It costs more than my house. I'm just kidding. His truck's not for sale. I know he's freaking out right now. Mine was for a while. It was for sale for a while. And I don't think it is anymore. Yeah. Yeah, other than that, just kind of general freight. I pull a dry van, so it's whatever will fit in the box that pays good. But there's a lot of freight that I won't haul because it's really cheap. But I like to stay in the $3 a mile range. I'll go a little lower if I have to, to get out of a certain area, or something like that. But generally $3 a mile plus. Those JQL loads are really nice though, because they're generally 4 plus a mile. Oh, you do have a Volvo. Isn't it like a, what is it, a 16? 2016 Volvo? Yeah, so they look like quad, but it's more like not really a quad, but more of like a little small pickup truck, like a Gator or a Mule or a Kubota, but they're Polaris brands. I mean, they got winches on them, windshields and AC and all that stuff. Like, it's insane. Heated windshields. I seen the little strips around the windshield. At least I think it was heated, or defrost at least. Yeah, taillights, the whole works. And I was in a complete shock when he told me the price tag was $40,000, and it's not even farmers that buy it. It's just people that want to tootle along on some back roads. It's crazy. Yeah, side by side. What is a Razor? Is that what you call like the more dune buggy style side by side is a Razor? But I think that's a brand, kind of like the Kleenex is to a tissue. I could be wrong. I don't own one. I know some guys do, but I don't. I'd like to have one, or 2, or 4, or one for everybody in my family. That'd be great. I think we'd like dirt bikes more. But yeah. The 2014 780 VNL. Have I been to Pennsylvania? Yes. Or Philadelphia. Yes, I've been to Philadelphia. I've actually been to the... picked up a trade show out there right off the harbor where there's a ship out there. I don't know what it's called, but it looks like the Titanic. Like, I don't know what it's called, but I've seen it out there, and out there in the marshalling yard or whatever, you can see the like ship graveyard. It's pretty neat. My wife and I and our kids, we went to Philadelphia and tried the whole cheesesteak. Those famous cheesesteak guys out there, and I gotta say, I'm not a fan. Wasn't exactly what I thought it would be. But there's another cheesesteak pizzeria restaurant thing that's I don't remember the name of the town, but it's the Cabela's that's off of 78. If you get off that exit with the Cabela's and you basically run that road all the way out, it brings you to another town, and yeah, there's a little cheesesteak whatever pizzeria thing there, and it's freaking delicious. Like, they were amazing. Oh, you pull flatbed with a Peterbilt. What kind of Peterbilt do you have? I thought about doing some flatbed stuff, but I'd have to buy all the chains and all that, and it's a whole nother learning curve. And as rough as freight is right now, I don't know that I'd want to tack on more of a challenge than, because it's challenging enough right now just trying to get regular freight, and I don't want to do that. Good night. Need to get up early to work in my truck. Right on, man. Have a good night. Be safe out there. Still mountain biking, yes. Still, it's been nasty lately for the the beginning of the season, but yes, we will definitely be back at it. I don't have my bike with me, but it's kind of a challenge. Can you change oil of the truck Freightliner Classic XL? What do you mean, James? Like, am I physically able to do that? Is that something I know how to do? Because I do. It's changing an oil is pretty simple. It's just having somewhere to do it and having a container to drain all 10 gallons of oil into. Yeah, it's pretty simple. A couple oil filters, and I grease my own truck. I got a grease gun, and so I do all that lube and everything. The oil filters are, two tall oil filters. They're this tall, this big around, whatever, like a 2-liter bottle. It's like 2 of those. It's pretty simple. But yeah, it's basically just having somewhere to drain the oil and try not to make a mess. Just like a car, if you can change oil on a car, you can do it in a big truck. Pretty much everything on the truck is the same as a car in respect to the parts. and being able to change them. If you can work on a car, you know, pretty confidently, you can work on a big truck for sure without a problem. It's pretty simple. It's just bigger parts, and sometimes they require bigger tools. What do you want to know about the Landstar system? I can help. I know there's a lot of us, a lot of guys that do YouTube are at Landstar. I know Robbie, the trucker table, he's at Landstar as well. But I mean, ask questions if you got them. I don't really know exactly what you want to know, but if you ask, I'll help the best I can. I am sitting on the bunk of my truck, or the couch in my truck that I built. You guys do a lot of cooking in your trucks, or you guys that are drivers, do y'all do a lot of cooking, or do you eat out at the truck stop? Do you do like microwavable meals, stuff like that? I am in Michigan. That's where I'm at. Sorry, I thought it was funny. Yeah, that's where I'm sitting. Right there. Y'all had the hardest time. I should have done some recording on it, but I didn't. And let me be honest, I don't do a lot of videos because I get bored of the repetitiveness, and I'm an introvert. My wife is going to 100% disagree with me, but I am definitely okay being by myself. So like trying to record everything like I'm talking to somebody else or hanging out with it, it's kind of strange to me, and especially when I'm in a pickle of trying to do something that I need to get done, you know, because I have to get my truck back on the road, whatever the case is. I find it hard for me to take the time to see, I told you, that's my wife. I find it hard to like pause and pull out a camera and just record it. But I say that because I had my AC compressor blew up on a load a week or so, 2 weeks ago. I say it blew up, but it locked up, the clutch and everything locked up, the pulley locked up, it burnt the belts. Actually had smoke rolling through the dash, and I was actually on the phone with my wife, and I'm like, this isn't good. I smell something burning, and I got smoke coming through the floorboard of my dash. Because at this point, about 15 minutes or so before that, I realized that my AC wasn't working. So I had the windows down, you know, I opened the vents up on the dash, and I have, let me show y'all what I'm talking about here. I have these chop tops right here, and because they go all the way across on the outside of the truck, I can't open my like smoker's window, is what some people call it, the little quarter glass. I can't open that in direct wind straight in here. So if you smoke, or if you like that use, or like the use of that particular window, don't get the chops. But anywho, I digress. I started smelling the smoke, seen the smoke, all that stuff, and I pulled over at a truck stop and I popped the hood and just smoke rolling everywhere. The belts were like almost on fire. The center of the clutch, there was actually like Freon and junk just spitting out of it. It was locked up, like, so I had to take all that off, and luckily I have a generator that I use instead of an APU, and I have a battery charger. So I didn't have a belt to short belt, was what we call it, short belt, whenever you bypass your AC compressor and run straight from the pulley to your alternator, so you can still run that. So I plug up my battery charger straight to the bottom of my inverter, and just, you know, the little alligator clips clip onto the bottom, and it'll charge the batteries for me until I could find a belt. So I stopped at the next TA, didn't have a size belt that I needed, and I have the two V-belt groove pulleys on here, so I needed a particular belt, like 30-inch, you know, up to like a 34. Nobody had it in stock. I checked a couple truck stops, called a few places. Nobody had the belt I needed. So I wound up just running the generator until O'Reilly's in, oh, there's a TA right there in Georgia off of 85. Not the Petro, but the TA. Commerce? I think it's Commerce, Georgia. Anywho, there's a TA there with an O'Reilly's like a mile down the road. And I called them the next morning and was like, hey, you guys have this belt in stock? I need one of these sizes. And they actually came out and brought me some belts. Let me figure out which one I needed. And then they went back and like brought me a receipt, all that stuff. Like they made a couple trips, which was amazing. Like hands down that O'Reilly's in Commerce. Like they are fantastic. So I was able to short belt it and not have to run my generator all the time with the battery charger. Couldn't find an AC compressor. The Freightliner dealership and anybody that does Detroit's, they wanted $564 for an AC compressor. And I'm like, that's not happening. I'm not doing that. And I found one at O'Reilly's again in Memphis, or what is it, Horn Lake, Mississippi is their DC. Called a couple O'Reilly's to see if anybody had it in stock. They're like, well, our DC here has it. It's right south of Memphis. I'm like, hey, my next stop is Memphis, so let's put it on order. I swung over there and picked it up. Picked up some Freon, picked up everything I needed. And Robbie, the trucker's table, like came in great for me. I was going from there to the house, and he dropped off his vacuum pump and AC lines. And I was able to take care of all that when I swung back from Memphis back to the house and got my AC in. Like, it's great. I wound up blowing a hose as soon as I pressurized the whole system. And then a hose company I found in Gallatin. They make hoses. A lot of places make like hydraulic hoses and stuff. But they made me a new hose. I kept the ends and they just replaced the rubber because that's all that was wrong. I blew a hole in the rubber trying to recharge the system. Apparently I didn't let it vacuum long enough, which, whatever, it's my mistake. And yeah, got the new hose put on. AC works freaking phenomenal. So yeah, that's what I've been dealing with lately. And just trying to keep trucking and rock and roll, make some money. So, oh, you got an air fryer in the truck. Best thing ever. See, I have an air fryer as well. But mine doesn't have like a temperature setting. It's just on or off. But it works great. I think it was like $20 or $29 from Target or something like that. My wife got it for me. I love it. I use it a lot, but like, I'm so used to microwaving my meals that my wife pre-cooks for me. Like, she'll make some chicken, some vegetables, some rice or whatever, and she'll put it in individual trays, like meal trays. So it's just easy for me to like throw it in the microwave and heat it up. It's great. I love it. My wife is freaking awesome. Yeah, everything's good, I reckon. Just trucking, explaining all that. What has the trucker's table been dealing with? Yeah, you've been dealing with it, dude. You've been dealing with it. But that's for you to discuss. Let's see here. Anybody use PDI products? What trucker's table wants to know. I don't use any PDI stuff. I don't know anything about them. I went to my pickup earlier, and that's why I was late getting on this thing. I went to my pickup and parked in their, like, they got this long driveway that goes around the building, and then there's a gate, and I parked off to the side, and I got kicked out of there. They told me to leave. Yeah, she is. She ran Robbie around Nashville and took care of a bunch of stuff for him. Like, it's awesome. But with the whole AC stuff, guys, like, if you're willing to figure it out and learn, like, you can do it. Like, you can definitely work on your own truck. I have a friend who has used a few PDI products and has been happy with it. No first-hand experience. Okay. Oh man, how's life? What's up, Scooter? Life is good. Life is good. You know, trucking, dealing with the same old from, you know, truck breaking down, whatever, all that kind of stuff. The life's been good. How is it on your end? I haven't seen a lot of the regulars that used to come in here and chit chat. Y'all used to make me have to take my lives down immediately because they got a little inappropriate. I don't even know what is PDI. I know it's a brand. I'm aware of that. But as far as like what they sell, I have no idea. Yeah, Robbie broke down. He had a. I'm sure he's gonna have some content out about it, but that's gonna be an interesting video. Oh, I'm thinking about going with a PDI turbo. Okay, everything's good. Getting ready to hit the road soon and do some traveling. Nice. You got any destinations in mind? That is one thing we miss. Like we really miss, you know, RVing and just traveling and going somewhere else. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. And having good luck with Napa and Fleet Pride. Yeah, I called Fleet Pride and they didn't have the AC compressor that I needed. I didn't check Napa, but yeah, I wound up getting, I got my compressor from O'Reilly for $293. So half of what the dealership wanted. So O'Reilly's does a lot of stuff with big trucks, and if you can get your part number and cross-reference it over, there's a lot of cars that take a lot of the same stuff. Like I use a GM GM alternator on this thing. It's the same thing, but I also get my alternator rebuilt whenever I need it, because I had that go out on me too. And I did a video on that. That was been a couple years. And I planned on having my AC compressor rebuilt, but the guy that did it at that shop in Lebanon passed away a couple of years ago, so they don't mess with it anymore. But, yeah, that's life. That's life on the road. Hunting down parts and trying to keep the old girl running. Thinking about going with a PDI. I read that already. Why don't you just stay with a stock turbo? You didn't learn your lesson about going with an aftermarket already? Yeah, it is. Luckily, but if you guys are in the Nashville area, they're in Lebanon. Oh, what is the name of it? They're on 70, right next to a Baskin Robbins. I could be wrong. I'm trying to picture it in my mind what it looks like. But they're on 70 on the west side of the square. It's like a Napa or a CarQuest, I think is what it is, CarQuest. They rebuild alternators and starters, and it was like $34 to rebuild my alternator. I retired in 21, bought a 95 Chevy van with 60,000 miles, built it into a camper and went across country, no problem. Just lost a damn hubcap. Thinking of Moab, Utah. That's a beautiful place. Yeah, man, Utah is beautiful. That whole northwest area is absolutely amazing. That is my wife's dream. Like, she wants to buy a van and just leave everything else behind and roll out. It'd be a lot of fun. Yeah, I think it's CarQuest. But yeah, we are busy with like I'm trying to work and be home and you know, take care of the truck, take care of the bills, and also my daughter got offered a spot for a World Series in softball. They want her to pick up in Panama for the like this big huge World Series event. If you guys know anything about travel softball or travel sports, you kind of understand. But it's a big huge tournament, a week-long tournament, and yeah, like she's sought after. She's got people that want her to pick up with them down there. So it's like, all right, so we're gonna try and do some kind of fundraising or something, and some sponsorships and stuff like that. So if you guys are interested in helping out with that, that would be fantastic. But there's links and stuff in the description below. Yeah, thinking about doing some kind of like raffles or whatever. Just see how it goes. Try to raise some money for her to get down there and be able to play. I'm definitely jealous of you there, Scooter, traveling around, didn't go to Utah. You should go to Wyoming, or not Wyoming, Montana. Montana is beautiful. Love it. Moab. There's a bike shop in Murfreesboro that's called Moab. And we were talking to another biker, my wife was talking to another biking, some people they met on the trail. And he's like, yeah, have you ever been to Moab? She's like, yeah, that's where we got our bikes. And he's like, oh, right on. And come to find out later, she figured out that he was talking. He's like, this is my favorite place to ride. It's so beautiful. She's like, it's a shop. A little confused. So it's kind of funny. Maybe it's one of those things you had to be there for it to be funny. But yeah, Moab, Utah. It's definitely beautiful. Oh, jeez. He said they shut down the interstate and sent me on a 14-mile dirt road, barely wide enough for one car, and they had two-way traffic on it, raining like crazy and cows on the road. Yep, that's my wife. That's what she wants to do. You get off on a road where you got cows everywhere. We'll take cow donations too if anybody wants to donate a cow or a donkey. Or what else is TikTok? Made my wife want a baby monkey, a seal, all these animals that are famous on TikTok. Mostly donkeys and cows. Definitely. That's right. Cows in the road in the middle of nowhere is the right place. Absolutely. Yeah, we were headed to, where were we going? Softball tournament this past weekend, and we were going through some back roads, and there was a donkey outside of one of the gates or the fences. I believe it was a donkey. Yeah. And my wife was like, "There's a donkey. We gotta stop and get the donkey." I'm like, "No, we don't have time. We gotta get our daughter to softball, okay? When we come back, we'll see if the donkey's here." Like, it might get hurt. Well, then we won't come back this way. Oh. Trying to make sure I didn't miss any of these comments here. Anybody know anything about the PDI other than what's already been said? Because I don't know. I clearly don't know. I still run a stock turbo. I have obviously the 7-inch pipes. I have no mufflers. I run Fleet air filters, so they're the skins come off the foam. You can change the skins. I have a double overdrive transmission and 279 rears. And I just filled up the other day with, I got 17,000 miles on this rebuild, and I got a 7.66 miles a gallon. Like, that's incredible. Throw a rock in the Grand Canyon, didn't fill it. I had a bull elk holding up an intersection. And his lady, oh jeez. Yeah, I would definitely not be getting out of the vehicle with a bull elk like that. No. Yep, that's what I would be waiting on too. Nope, not me. I'm not getting out of there. Nope. Anybody else go to any neat places? Any vacations? Anything been going on? What's going on, Vlox? How's it going, dude? It's been a minute. You get everything squared away on your end, dude? I'll talk to you tomorrow. Mount Rushmore is beautiful. Yeah, I'd like to go to Mount Rushmore. I definitely want to do more traveling, more, just spending time with the family and hanging out and going places like that. I think it'd be awesome. And we did a lot of it in the RV, but we did a lot more of areas that I knew I could get freight in and out of. So that kind of made things difficult because nobody goes to Mount Rushmore or Wyoming or Montana or Utah because the freight is great. Hey, that's good, man. I'm glad you're moving forward, getting things taken care of. I did have a question for you though. Like, so you're done with that whole situation completely? Not as big as you think. The roadway there was awesome. Yeah, I've heard the road is like the drive to Mount Rushmore, like the viewing area is absolutely amazing. Done. Nice. That's awesome. Kind of, I guess. I think so. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. How's everybody doing? Y'all good on your end? How's your mom doing? Making the adjustment to Tennessee life? She's probably already pretty well adjusted though, I'd say. She's been here for a while now. Nice. Glad to hear it. I figured she'd be happy when she finally made the transition out here and got all acclimated to the humidity and the mosquitoes. What's going on, Jim? Oh, just hanging out in the truck, just chit-chatting about whatever. From Arizona to Claxton, Georgia? Is that how you say that? Claxton? Or Clayton? Is that what you meant? Because I don't know. I know Clayton. Is it Clayton? I don't know. I've been to all over the place in Georgia. Anywhere in particular in that town? Claxton. Yeah, I have no idea. Probably not. I don't remember the name, at least. What's there? Mosquitoes? Alright, man. Have a good night. Be safe out there. If you need anything, give me a call. They have a rattlesnake roundup fest. Everyone's like they literally round up rattlesnakes, or how does that work? Because I'm not going. No. Yeah, definitely not. Not something my wife would want to go to either. Like, hey babe, let's go to this roundup festival they're gonna do. What kind of roundup? Oh, nothing but just rattlesnakes. No big deal. Yeah, no. Nope. I bet Arizona's got a lot of rattlesnakes though. keep hearing people talk, but I don't know where they're at. Rattlesnake Rodeo is in Wiggum, Georgia, next to Climax, Georgia. No. Plenty of scorpions, too. Yeah. Nope. I'm good. Like, my kids make fun of me because they're like, oh, if it's a shark or a bear or an alligator, Dad's not doing it. No, I'm not. Like, I will admire from a distance, but if it's got more teeth than I do and the capability of just to eat me, no, I'm not interested in going. And same thing goes with the little critters, like scorpions. Spiders don't bother me unless they're like deadly spiders. Then I don't want anything to do with them. But like seeing them just hanging out in a tree or something, or on the side of the house or whatever, like spiders don't bother me. But scorpions, no. They're like, what is the point of a scorpion's life? At least the spider builds a web and gets rid of the flies and gnats to a point, right? But a scorpion, what do? They kill mice, I guess. Rattlesnakes get huge. It's like a big fair type. Wow, interesting. Yeah, no. So I'm not moving to Arizona at all. I mean, we deal with like field mice and the grass. Cicadas are like blooming right now. It's weird. What else do we deal with? I mean, typical spiders. I don't even know what they're called now. The little deadly spiders that'll bite you. I know there's black widows and there's the brown recluse, whatever it is. The little brown spiders, I just kill those. Other than that, I don't care about them. The ones that like live in the dirt and don't make webs, nope, those are nasty. If you make a web, you can live. It's okay. Copperheads, yep, nope. You want to go to the rattlesnake roundup, babe? Robbie said it's a good time. Cottonmouths, copperheads. You don't like snakes in general, so it doesn't matter what kind of mouth or head it has. You're not going. If it across the ground, you're not going. Kind of weird out there. Hell to the no. Not going. We were swimming with copperheads? When? When were we swimming with copperheads? I mean, I guess you could play in a sandbox with a scorpion in Arizona. Oh, yeah. At least you can hear a rattlesnake. Yeah, and that means you're entirely way too close to the rattlesnake. If you can hear it rattling, nope. And I've heard it being said that you could walk within a foot of a rattlesnake and it won't even move, won't even make a sound. You can get within 10 feet of one and it's like ready to strike. Like they're very very strange critters. When I was on my trip across the country, ran into a hell of a hailstorm in Phoenix, Arizona, about 3 inches of hail. Wow, that's a lot. That's some big. We had a recent, this last storm, there was like softball size hail. And that would hurt. Could you imagine getting hit in the head with a softball coming out of the sky, or a golf ball even? I've been stuck in some hailstorms outside of the truck and it hurts. It looked like snow. I bet it did. I've seen that too, like where the grass is just covered in ice balls, so it looks very strange. Been stuck in some nasty storms. I gotta figure out where I keep hearing people talk. I think there's a business like right over here, and people are outside. It's kind of strange, but Maybe it's not strange. It's strange that I'm creeping on him, trying to figure out what's going on. Make sure everything's all good. Yeah, I think we're good. Yeah, if you guys know of any small businesses or businesses in general that would like to do a sponsorship, please send them our way. We're trying to get her down for that Panama trip. Like she would absolutely love that. She wants to go to FSU. Like she's got her heart set on FSU. So she is a 100% Knowles girl. And I don't know where it came from other than watching softball, the World Series a few years ago. Oh, nice. So you got it at a pretty good deal. I mean, that's what I got, but I paid, oh, geez, I paid $200 some for mine. But I bought it back. I've had mine for a couple of years. Yeah, it's been a couple of years at least. But, and I bought mine in Michigan too, at the Monroe, whatever it is. Monroe, TA, I think is what it is. West, is it Monroe? Yeah, it's just Monroe. I had a van when I was 16. Buddies all inside partying. A hailstorm kicked up. So sounded like someone put a metal bucket over your head. I bet it did. I bet it did. The baseball stadium got damaged from the tornadoes this past weekend. Where at? What baseball stadium? The Nashville one? My dad always had vans growing up when I was a kid. Chevy vans, always Chevy. Cargo vans, passenger vans, whatever, and he would just gut them and use them for work. That was always the dad vehicle. Yeah. I imagine you were. Like that's like why would you get out? I don't know why you'd get out of the vehicle for that. Like I'm sure it was loud. Like extremely loud, just a metal top van, just getting man. This thing will get loud, especially sleeping on the top bunk. I'm obviously, closer to the roof of this thing, which not that it's that big of a difference. But in a heavy rainstorm where it's nasty outside, yeah, it gets loud in here. And it's not like there's bukus of insulation in this thing. Like that, it's almost like they try to do it as minimal as possible. So I thought about going in behind all the like up in here behind the cabinets and all that stuff and using like the foam filler, the expanding foam gap insulation, whatever, and just kind of like filling everything with that. But I don't know how heavy that stuff would get, and I feel like if you used, I would say probably at least a dozen cans, maybe not that many, but the entire thing, just trying to insulate the inside of the truck, like. But then you got to deal with like the mess of the wires, and if you have to take anything apart, like it'd be another mess that you'd have to deal with. So that's why I haven't done it. But I think it would help a lot just to keep from the heat penetrating through the roof in here, just to fill all that up with foam. Has anybody ever done that? I will buckle the plastic. The plastic as in like the outside? Well, that stuff, does it get that nasty? Like that tough? Because I know it'll expand and it'll find the easiest route or the route of least resistance to kind of continue to expand. Never thought about it doing something like that. I always thought about it as the aftermath of like just, oh crap, this wire's messed up. Now I gotta dig this wire out. It expands, so it's so hard to tell how much to put in. But if you did it in a slow process, you just did a little bit at a time, maybe, or tested to see how much it expands. I don't know. I'm not going to do it, but it sounds like a brilliant idea. On one hand, and on the other hand, it doesn't. So, but it would be nice to somehow insulate the roof of this thing over like just the heat alone. Because if you could stop the heat, even if you didn't do the sides, if you just did the roof and just tried to like fill in as much as you could to insulate that to keep some of that heat out, I think it'd help. But yeah, it sounds good but messy. Absolutely. Like that stuff is so nasty and sticky. And I don't know why they give you the straw like you can reuse it. Like you have to use the entire can at once. You cannot reuse that stuff. At least the straw. Because once that stuff is in the straw, you're screwed. Get the 1-inch foam board and just cut it and put it in there. I guess that would work. Yeah. Be a lot of cutting. I do have like in this window up here, the sunroof, behind it I have the like a 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch, whatever it is, foam, styrofoam insulation stuff. Yeah. Probably lay, I don't know, like sound deadening material, like that stuff I used on the floor. I wonder if I can use it for the roof and it would stop. I don't know. I'm not gonna do anything. I'm just talking about what I'd like to do. I don't know why they don't make these things better, but I guess then you wouldn't have to fix it, or yeah, I don't know. Just play the music loud. Oh, I'm not even worried about the sound of the rain or stuff like that. It's more the heat. If you could just stop the heat from penetrating the roof, you know, during the summer, like that would help the temperature in here drastically. But yeah, I'm not gonna do it. It'd be nice though, but I'm not. I got other things to worry about, and spray foam in the roof is not one of them at this moment. Yeah. I'd like to get a mini split AC system and put in here. I know OT Rookie, he has his mini split. Like he's got his mini split up here, like in this area. Like that's the main. He's got his wires run all the way down through and around, whatever. Make a convertible out of the truck. Negative. Negative. Nope. Not trying to make it a flat top either, or a mid-roof, or a mid-roof would be nice though, if we really think about it, because then I could put a whatever it is, the like an RV roof-mounted AC on top. Like yeah, that would be nice. Put a rag top on it. Yeah, paint it white. Place of vanilla ice while I'm running down the highway. No. How are you gonna tell me not to do the foam board or the foam spray foam because it's messy and it would cause issues, and then you're gonna turn around the same thing and say make it a rag top? Like I see more problems with the ragtop idea than I do with the spray foam. You should think about a mini split. Yeah, I like the idea of a mini split. Um, I just don't want it on the back of my truck. Like that's the only thing that's stopping me from buying a mini split. Like I've found them online, reasonably priced, and like good reviews, and I could even mount it, like mount the actual inside unit up above where my bed lays, because y'all know I sleep on the top bunk. But I could mount it up above here between the lights and the wall. So even with the bed up, that unit would still have room to do its job. But I just I don't want the unit on the back of my truck. That's it. I'm starting to see a lot of trucks with window ACs cut out of the back of their sleepers. Yeah, so I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to. I don't want to cut a big hole in the back of my truck. Although window units are extremely efficient. They're only like 500 watts, and they're probably even better than that. So you can run them off of like even a 1,000-watt generator. You can run in a window AC all night off of a tank of gas, off of a really small generator. They're really efficient. The portable AC that I run is like 900 and something watts, so we kind of max out a small generator. But mine's a 2,000-watt generator, and it does good. I can do, with 5 gallons of fuel, I can do about 4 days, 4 nights, whatever, with fuel, running the AC, 3.5, 4 nights. So it's not bad, but it's not as efficient as like a mini split, and it definitely doesn't cool down like a mini split or a window unit, because one, you're taking the air that the system just cooled off, and it's sucking that air from inside the room or your cab or whatever, and it's sucking it through the system and then blowing it out the heat duct, whatever, out the window. So it's producing cold air, but it's also taking that cold air out to cool the system and throwing it back outside. So they're just not very efficient. And you can get a mini split for just like $200 more than you would buy a portable AC, and have a way more efficient system than you would like with the mini split or with the portable AC. And then the window AC is brilliant, because you can pick up a window AC super cheap, and a small unit will cool the inside of your truck very well. But it's a matter of where you're going to put it. Are you going to lug it in and out of your passenger window every day? Are you going to cut a hole in the back of your sleeper? You know, like, there's things like that you got to think about, and I'm not willing to cut a hole in the back of my truck. I'm just not. I have wanted to put a window like E2 Trucker did in the back of the truck. That would be nice. And I'd also like side windows, because I don't have windows back here. I used a guard to run my AC when the AC in my truck was gone, but I cut this little hole out right here for the heat exhaust for my portable AC to go out, and I had the AC running down the road trying to cool the inside of the truck because it was freaking hot. But anywho, I just haven't taken this off. But this is like a placard shield that you would stick over your placard in the tray. That's what I had at the time, and it worked very well. But I'd like one of those windows here, like you see in the Columbias and stuff. And I know I could put one in. It's just a matter of buying them from a used truck yard, scrap yard, whatever, and then just cutting holes and doing it. But again, you have to cut the hole in the truck to do it. And if you mess it up, that's it. Like, you don't get a second shot. Do you have a green APU? No, I run a portable generator. I have for years now. Cheaper than an APU, ESP maintenance cost. Yeah, I run a Champion 2,000 watt inverter generator. It's actually going right now. That's what I like when I park at night, and everything gets plugged into the generator. I just swap plugs here, and I run a fan, like a 10-inch fan, I run the refrigerator. My lights are on it. I run a small dehumidifier, and yeah, other things for like charging the drill batteries and stuff like that. I'll run off the generator, and also my AC whenever I run it. Uh, but let's see here. But so the generator is like between $300 to $500 depending on when you buy it or whatever. And then I've made some modifications for the mounting and all that stuff where it's all set up. I got an extra 4-gallon fuel tank on top of it, so I actually have 5 gallons of fuel for that thing, and it'll run at 50% load. It'll run 10.5 hours on 1 gallon of gas, so it's pretty fuel efficient. Robbie just upgraded his generator to a bigger one because he runs like an ice maker, the coffee pot, refrigerator, portable AC. So he's got some bigger appliances that he runs. His microwave, like I can't run my microwave and my AC at the same time. But if I had like a window unit or a mini split that was a lower amperage and a lower wattage, I'd be able to run that and my microwave. But I can't. So it works for now. It does the job. But all in all, I probably have $1,000 tied up in the generator, the mounting, the fuel tank, my portable AC. But I've had the portable AC for at least 4 years. It's probably been longer than that. The generator I've swapped them out because you buy the warranty for it for like $119. You can get a 2-year warranty, like store exchange. So within that warranty time period, you just take it back to the store and they'll give you a new one, and then you buy a new warranty. So I've done that a few times because they'll start smoking, or they, instead of doing a tune-up or whatever on them, I've just used the warranty and bought a new warranty for it because it just makes more sense than trying to pay a shop. Or even, I'm not good with small engines. I can work on like car motors and all that, but like little small engines I'm not good with. So yeah, that's what I generally do. Tractor Supply has been fantastic. Let's see here. I think I'm going to cut a hole in the back of my sleeper for a window unit. Yeah, there you go. If you ever take it out, go for it. I want to see you do it. I think you should. I think it'd be a good video. Just to put a big window unit right there. That'd be good. Definitely. But anyway. Yeah, I know like if you guys have seen them online, like Amazon, they have a 12-volt system mini split, and I've read reviews. They're mixed. Some people like them, some people don't. I've talked to guys that I've seen at different truck stops and shippers and receivers and whatnot that have them, and some guys are like, I can't get it to stay working, and some of them are like, I can't turn this thing on high because it gets too cold. I don't know what the too cold is, but I like it cold in the truck. So excuse me. Yeah, I'm willing to try it, but they're like $700, and it's a smaller condenser on the back of the truck with a fan, and it's all 12 volts, so you can just plug it up to your batteries. And I run a battery charger, so that wouldn't be a problem whatsoever. Or I just run it straight to the generator. It's 12 volt. But yeah, those are super efficient as well from everything I've seen. Yeah, I don't know. If anybody has one, I'd like to know. Well, what's going on? How's the rebuild running on your truck? It's running good. We got like 17,000 miles on the motor right now. It's running great. I just filled up last night, and it was a 7.66. So I can't complain. Like, it's doing good. Other than the AC system blowing up on me, we're good. But we got that all fixed, which we talked about already. Got everything taken care of. Right now we're just kind of hanging out in the truck. And I think I'm going to wrap this thing up and get some sleep. I got to be up in the morning to drive back over to my pickup because I got kicked out of there. So, you know, eat some dinner, all that good stuff. Talk to the family. Yeah, see? How many of y'all just yawned? Be honest. I yawn all the time. Get tired. But, yeah, links and stuff in the description below. If you guys got any questions, hit me up on Instagram, email me, whatever. All that good stuff. Leave some comments on the video. I think we're going to wrap this up, guys. Thank y'all for hanging out with me tonight. I appreciate it. Let your family know you love them. Carry a weapon. You are your first responder. And we will see you guys down the road. Y'all be good. Be safe out there.